Jumbo Jumbo treats. Never lied on the internet ever. Told Elvis Presley that the other day. Dude, it's like, it's so crazy, bro. Obviously we all know the Reddit lying, where it's just like, obviously somebody's telling them, like, look, I have stories that sound fake as bro. I'll be the first one to say, if I told you some stories, you'd be like, there's no way this can happen. But I have backups, right? I have receipts, I have witnesses. But some people say that the most obviously fake shit, and then some people just do it in real life, and it's like, you can't think I'm that gullible. There's no way, dude, you think I'm that stupid. By the way, the other day I was thinking about this, and since Leroy's here, I might as well tell the story, because I was thinking about this the other day. I haven't thought about this in a long time, and I'm pretty sure I never told the story. But did I ever tell the story of when I getting held up in my house with a knife? This sounds like a fake story, but it is real as and the reason why I'm like, this, I should tell this, is because Leroy's here and he was there, and he can tell me, he will tell you how this shit really happened, bro. He'll back me up. It's not the first time this has happened. Well, it's not the first time. Let me rephrase that. I once walked, okay, let me tell you this. Hold up, let me tell you the story first. I had 3 strangers walk in the house and were hanging out in my living room, and I didn't know it. I went and walked out the door one day. I was in the bathroom or something because I was like playing a game, bro, or watching TV. My mom wasn't home because she was, I think she was at work. She worked nights at the hospital. She's a nurse. I went to the bathroom, and I come back to go in the living room to continue watching TV or whatever. And there's 3 guys in my house, and one of them sitting in my recliner, one of them sitting in the recliner, and 2 of them are like standing up. Strangers, right? And they're just there, and I walk around the fucking corner. I turned in and I stopped, and I was like, just looking at them, and they all looked at me. They turned and looked at me, and I went, who are you? Or like, what are you doing in here? The guy in the chair goes, he like looks around, and he looks at the chair, and he goes, we're in the wrong house. We're in the wrong place. And he stands up, and I'm like, okay. And they're like, we're getting out of here. And they all 3 left. They just fucking walked in. Like, it was so weird. I'm like, that was the weirdest thing, because I'm just like, how did it take you that long to notice? It took you that long to realize you're in the wrong house? That's the fucking craziest thing, bro. It was so weird. Yeah, at least he admitted it. It's fine. I once got into the wrong car. A car that looked just like mine, parked next to me at the store, and I come out of the store and I got in the car. I sat down in the fucking car before I realized I was in someone else's car. That happened to me once. So my mom always let me, she didn't use the garage. So when I was like, were we in high school or sometime out of high? No, we were out of high school at the time. She let me have the garage to do whatever I wanted. Like either make it my room, or in this case, since I always had friends over, like my house was the one we'd always meet up, because it's like that. But like, everybody would meet up at my house. This time we had a pretty big friend group, bro. She was like, since I sleep, I work nights and all this, and you need more space because you have a small room. She's like, just do what you want with that garage. Turned into like a game room or a hangout room, right? In the garage, I had like a couch, a TV. There was like a couple arcade games, and I had a table with my PC on it, my computer, right? And in the spring and shit, there was no air conditioner, so it would get hot. So what I would do was just open the back door, and a breeze would come in, because the back door is like, you're in the kitchen is this way through this door, and then there's the whole garage, and then there's a back door to the backyard, right? I'm sitting in there on my computer on Steam, and I'm just sitting there chilling out. I was playing TF2, and all of a sudden, like, this guy fucking runs in runs in the garage from the back door and slams the door behind him and locks it. And he's like, he's sweating profusely, like he's pouring sweat. He's wearing a fucking wife beater. He has this porn stash, like porno mustache, and like a chain, and like I want to say like almost like a fucking mullet. And I'm looking at him like, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Who are you, bro? It was he looked like a Trailer Park Boy, let me tell you, like from the Trailer Park Boys, I swear. He looked greasy, and he goes, don't worry, no, don't. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, dude? Why are you here? You know, I'm scared, you know, kind of like there's a fucking guy right in here. And he's like, don't worry. I'm not running from the cops. That's what he tells me. Don't worry, I'm not running from the police. I'm running from my girlfriend's brother and her dad. That's what he says. And I'm sitting there just like, that is worse, dude. I think that's worse in this situation because, you know, you're this good old country white boy and all this shit, and you made a mistake. Police are going to treat you very nice. This girl, who I'm pretty sure at some point in the conversation, wherever we found out she was a minor, they're going to kill you. And possibly me for harboring your ass here. I'm like fucking kind of scared, you know, because I don't know what this guy's gonna do, right? Okay, I'm telling you, this is one of the things I'm just like, this sounds like the fakest fucking Reddit shit, bro. But Leroy was there. Okay, well, he wasn't there yet. Let me get to that part. He goes, "Can I use your phone?" He's like, "Please, just let me use your phone. I'll just have somebody come pick me up. I'll stay here, whatever." And I'm sitting at the computer, and the monitor's facing me. He goes, and I'm like, just sit on that fucking couch. Fine, you can use the phone. Just, you're freaking me out. He's like, "I'm not gonna hurt you or whatever." No, I'm just kind of trying to get away from them. So I let him use the phone. And as we're sitting here, I am on Steam, and Leroy's on Steam. I see him, he's on, and I message him, and I say, "Please come over here now and bring a gun or call the cops or something." And I'm like I'm like, "Please. There's a fucking guy in my house. I'm not lying, please." And I'm saying this to him, right? He's like, "Are you what?" And he said something, and I'm just like, "I'm not fucking lying, please. He's right here," and all this shit. The last message Leroy pops up with says, "Yeah, whatever, dickhead. I'll see you when I get out of the shower. I'll head over once I get out of the shower." That's what he says to me. And then he logs out. I see the fucking Steam thing go bloop, like offline. I was so fucking pissed. I'm like gripping the fucking keyboard, dude. I was so mad, you know? So he uses the phone, and I'm like, okay, good. I don't remember if I was like, this dude's gonna have to give me fucking money for this, or if he just offered. I think he may have just offered, but I was just like, I'm tempted. This is fucking bullshit. He's making the phone call. He's getting the ride. At this point, Leroy has come over. He finally gets there. Leroy comes in the fucking back door, and there's a stranger sitting in my fucking couch, and I'm looking at him like, "Yeah, dickhead, you fucking asshole." Like, I was, you know, and he's like, "Oh shit, there's really a guy in here." Yes, I know. I could have, who knows what the fuck, right? Bro, I'm like, come on, dude. A fucking van or something pulls up in front of my house. The garage door is closed, right? We just hear, he goes, "That's them." They honk or something. I'm about to be like, "You need to fucking pay me or something." He just gives me money. He doesn't even like, I didn't even say anything. He gives me like $60, and he's like, "Here, thanks. I'm so sorry. Thanks for this." And then he fucking leaves. And Leroy's like, "Dude, what the fuck is like, I don't know. We're in the garage." I'm like, "I fucking told you, dude, this guy was here, blah, blah, blah," I'd have thought you asking Leroy to come over with a gun isn't a regular occurrence. So that'd be a sign of something was up. Well, no, it's Oklahoma, dude. I mean, that's pretty normal. I think most of the time Leroy comes over, he's got a gun. he just got a new one the other day. He came over to show me. So probably 5 minutes. We're like, what the fuck? That was crazy. There's a fucking banging on my garage door. Boom, 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 boom. And we're like, what the fuck is happening? We get out, we go to the back door. I walk around the front of the house, and there is now 4 guys. There's 3 in a car out on the curb, and there's 1 in my driveway that I don't know. New people, right? These were the guys that were looking for him. When he made a phone call, before calling to get a ride or whatever, or after calling to get a ride, he used the phone. He fucking called her, his girlfriend. Or this girl he's seeing, I should say, rather. Like I said, it's a funny business, bro. I think the guy confirmed that she was like young or something, but he calls her, right? They get my fucking phone number off the caller ID, and they fucking look my address up. They link it to my phone number, right? And they find my address. So they come over, and they're like, "Well, he called from this or whatever." And I'm telling him, I'm like, I don't know who the fuck he is. He just ran in my fucking house. He said he was running for people, asked to use my phone, and he gave me fucking $60, and he's gone. And he goes, "Oh, did he?" He goes, "Well, it kind of makes you guilty by association, doesn't it?" And he pulls out a big fucking knife, and he says, "That's my $60. That's my $60. I'm gonna need that back." That's what he says to me. He's holding a fucking knife in my face. And I'm just like, this is fucked. How am I the one getting fucked here, man? I should be rewarded for this. What's going on, dude? Like, what am I to do, right? So what I tell him, in a pretty good move, I guess, I told him, I'll give you the $60, but y'all have got to get the fuck up out of here. I don't want to see y'all back over here. I was like, this is my mom's house, and I don't want this shit around her house. I'm gonna give you the $60 and y'all have to get the fuck away from and get the fuck up out of here. And he goes, okay, that's fair. And he puts his fucking knife. He goes, I'll wait here. Then he took my $60 and he left. They all left. And that's what happens. Eventually the police got fucking called, right? And they already knew what the phone call was. They already knew. He's not the first fucking backyard the guys ran through and all this shit, right? And then they come out and told him what the fuck was going on. He lives over here, blah blah blah. We're telling him this, like, yeah, the fucking asshole, blah blah blah, all this. An hour later, he is 2 blocks away at a convenience store where my cousin worked. My cousin knew this guy's troublemaker or whatever. Right there, nothing. He just no big deal. Not a big deal, He's just right there. Nothing ever happened. Yeah, we went to the convenience store to get something, and he's there buying fucking booze with my $60 that I got from that creep who ran into my house. I was pissed, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? We go into the door and he holds the door open and nods and fucking walks off. Moral of the story, lock your damn doors. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I couldn't even get a breeze. That shit sucked, man. It was fucking crazy. But Leroy was there for the most of it, for the whole thing. He was there. It was kind of fucking wild,